Guys, we are back. Max with the Parlay Princes. I believe this is Vegas 103, if I'm not mistaken. We are back at the Apex. We just finished a very unique night in Seattle. I actually just saw a clip. Not all the fans, obviously. The fans started fighting at the end of the Song Yadong fight. They wanted 2 more rounds. They started banging it out with each other. If you guys want to see that clip, go on my Instagram. But let's run through the card real quick. If you haven't subbed, feel free to sub. These are early picks. I did place a full card bet, $1 to win $7.50 on everyone that I think will win in this fight. Sweep the card. May God be with us. So again, these are picks, not bets, but I did bet already. So do with that information what you will. All my parlays, guys, you can find in the members only section. I'm not trying to sell you picks, but the members only section, obviously we'll do some members live streams. We'll do all that stuff. We'll get it popping soon. We're at 5 members. Let's get double digits. We'll start doing members only live streams. But again, all my parlays will be in there. We'll start it up. I doubt this is the first fight of the night. This is what ESPN has. We got Charles Johnson and Ramazan Temirov. Man, Charles Johnson at plus money, man, it may be that easy. He's huge for the 125 division. He's got 5 inches of height. He is 6 years older, but he's kind of like grown into, as he's gotten older, he's gotten better. He's one of those freaks of nature. He's like a young Jared Cannonier. That's cap, actually. Jared Cannonier just finished RoboCop. That ain't a blessing. It's interesting. Temirov apparently lands double the significant strikes per minute. Charles Johnson's at about 4.7. Temirov's about 8. Nasty works. We got more of the vet in Charles Johnson. And, we got one UFC fight for Temirov. He KO'd CJ Vergara. You can't be too hyped about that. Vergara is 2-3 in his last 5. CJ Vergara, I'll never forget when he was just sprinting for dear life. I forget which fight that was, but he was pulling a Chelsea Chandler on us. Guys, my pick is Charles Johnson, just more well-rounded. I get it. Temirov is a dangerous striker too. He's 18-2-1. But Charles Johnson, man, I just can't fade Charles Johnson right now until further notice, bro. Went the distance with Sumo Darji. That was a war. KO'd Joshua Van in the 3rd round. Guys, rewatch that 3rd round. The way this demon came out in the 3rd round was insane. I think I broke it down in something, but it was just, if you watch it in slow motion, he hit him with everything. He was faking knees, spinning elbows, the uppercut was so nasty. Joshua Van went flying. He pulled a Adrian Yanez against Rob Font. The win over Jake Hadley was beautiful too. He's on a 4-fight winning streak with 1 KO. Joshua Van. KOing Joshua Van is demon. I know he's a little chinny at times, but man, I gotta go Joshua Van. I think the cardio's there. I think in the 3rd round he turns up. And that plus money, bro, I thought these odds would be flipped. I'm not going to lie. It's one of those things where I think they're feeding a prospect to a slight demon. How long has Charles Johnson been here? Let's see how long he's been in the UFC real quick, boys. He's been in the UFC since, he's had a lot of fights. He's been in the UFC He's been in the UFC for not even 3 years, and he has had 10 UFC fights. That's what I like to see. His only losses are to Makayev, Ode Osborne, not the best loss, and Cody Durnan, not the best loss too, and Rafael Esteban. But then after that, he just started turning up. So I got to go Charles Johnson, guys, plus money. Maybe the safer pick, let's be honest here, is Charles Johnson plus 3.5. That is a demon bet. He just can't get finished, which he might. He's kind of overdue for a loss, but my pick is Charles Johnson, guys. Skill for skill, I haven't seen enough in Temirov. He has fought good people before he got in the UFC. Again, only 1 UFC fight, but I can't do it. I like the height. Oh my God, and Charles Johnson has 7 inches of reach. 5 inches of height, 7 inches of reach. He's got a fatter cack. No, I'm kidding. Next fight. On that note, let's just go to the next fight. Montana de la Rosa. Luana Carolina. So unfortunately, I'm going to be honest here, guys. I know these girls based off how they've lost. I only know De La Rosa because I was studying Tatiana Suarez versus Wei Li. She got subbed by Tatiana Suarez. Other than that, I know nothing about her. And Luana Carolina, I only know because she passed away in the octagon like this when she got starched by Molly McCann. I think it was like a spinning back fist or spinning elbow. She was like, she pulled a Basharat on us. Man, I just technically think Luana's a little more doggy. For a split second, I thought Luana was going to be way younger, but no, she's a year older at 31. They got the same reach, same height. You know, you can bet the farmer's shed on this going the distance. I will say that. De La Rosa is better on the ground. She has 8 subs. I just picture Luana Carolina stuffing that sheet, and then she KO'd Stoliarenko. That's right. So if she can survive. Why does she have a J in her first name now? I can't even say it. If she can survive Stoliarenko on the ground, bro, she can survive De La Rosa. I am doing MMA math with that one, but guess what? Don't bet this fight. So my pick is Luana Carolina. Decision. It's probably going to be plus 150, plus 110. But let's try it out, boys. Next fight, Danny Silva and Lucas Almeida. This one's tough. My pick, I'll tell you straight up, is Danny Silva, but I think the odds are pretty wide at minus 190. I almost like Lucas Almeida at plus 3.5 because I don't think he gets finished. Both guys are doggy. I think Lucas Almeida is a little more fragile, I guess you could say. He's more likely to get finished. Although he could lock in a sub. You know, he is more well-rounded than Danny Silva. Danny Silva's more of the striker. Not the biggest power puncher, but he... I could see over on strikes. Let's put it that way. It's more like the pitter-patter, tally him up. He'll throw some bombs every now and then, but it's rare, boys. He is 6 years younger at 28. Almeida's 34. They're the same height, same reach. And Danny Silva, almost doubling significant strikes landed per minute. 8.3 for Silva, 4.94 for Almeida. Again, I don't picture a finish here. I guess like not a horrible bet would be if you could double chance it, you could do Silva KO, Almeida sub. I almost like that. Let's look at Silva's last couple fights. Only had one fight in UFC against Josh Kulabau, one split decision. That's an okay win. I like Josh Kulabau. He is on a 3-fight losing streak, so maybe not the best look, but maybe Kulabau in his prime. That's what I'm basing this off of. He won his Contender Series fight, went the distance. Ouch. It's come from LFA. Let's look at Almeida. I think Almeida's the one who lost to Feely. That's horrendous. KO'd by Feely, guys. We just saw what happened to Feely this past weekend. Feely, I fuck with you, but you're way past your prime, bro. It's I can't even speak. I'm so devastated. Way past your prime. Again, you're my geyser, but Jesus. Almeida lost to Pat Sabatini by sub and then got KO'd by Feely. Beat Timmy, sorry. That was Timothy. Timmy Kawamba, who was really not him. He's had 2 UFC fights, lost both. He did take Oki the distance to a split, so that's not horrible, but man, I could see over 1.5 for this fight. I could see both guys winning this. I could see it just going the distance technically. My pick is Danny Silva, but tough one. I'm kind of just doing MMA math basing off their last 5. I'm like, I don't know, Lucas. I don't know. A little too chinny for me. Next fight, Andrea Lee, JJ Aldrich. You guys are going to think I'm absolutely crazy because I feel like Aldrich is a lock of the week. I'm not going to do that, but that's how I'm feeling. Looking at this card, I'm like, bro, if Aldrich loses us, just get her out of here. Andrea Lee, 36. JJ Aldrich, 32. They got 2 inches of reach for Lee. They're the same height. And I think it's just a matter of JJ Aldrich being a little more dangerous, which is very terrifying to say because this is going the distance for sure. JJ Aldrich's last fight lost to Veronica Hardy. Unanimous decision. That's okay with me. I always bet Veronica Hardy. She did me dirty last time, but it's okay. We gave it her all. Aldrich has also beat De La Rosa unanimous decision and she got a KO over Liang Na, who loves to get KO'd. She's the girl that just bangs it out the first round like McKinney and usually loses. in round 1. This time it was round 2. She lost to De Silva, sorry. Lost to Blanchfield by sub. Man, I think Lee's going to retire after this. I think this is a retirement loss for Lee. Let's look at... I think she had a win her last fight. Never mind. She's on a 5-fight losing streak, which means she's probably going to win this. She does fight demons, though. Fought Viviani, fought Macy Barber, Natalia Silva, Miranda Maverick. Lost to De La Rosa, split decision. Wow. Out of her last 10 fights, she's 2-8. Oh my God. She even lost to Roxanne. Oh my God. This is one of those fights that's like clear in stone for Aldrich. Is clear in stone even a terminology? I don't know. Don't smoke before prediction videos, guys. This is one of those fights where it's like day and night for Aldrich, and then she loses split decision. So you again bet if you have 2 farmers sheds, bet one on Luana going the distance, and then this one going the distance as well. My pick is JJ Aldrich minus 185. I actually like that. I think she should be more favored in this than she is. So there it is, boys. Next fight, Douglas Silva de Andrade. Who knows? Too many names. John Castaneda. So I'm not gonna lie. This fight is almost giving me Peyton Talbot vibes. Whoever that guy Peyton Talbot fought, who's like the mini bulldozer. This is almost giving me that vibe. Because De Andrade's gas tank isn't horrible. So it's not like, all right, 3rd round, this guy gasses, and then John Castaneda pieces him up or gets takedowns and survives. This is going to be this mini bulldozer the entire fight. He is 6 years older, 39, 33 for John Castaneda. But as we've seen with some older vets, bro, they survive. We still just saw Rob Font do someone 12 years younger than him, demon time. We just saw Jared Cannonier spice it up. But then we see things like Izzy and Imavov, where I'm kind of betting on the guy who's 6 years younger. It's just one of those things. It really depends on their last couple fights, but you know, both guys are well-rounded in this too. It's tough, man. This is a tough one. I think the odds are a little wide for John Castaneda, minus 225. I can see it going the distance. Let's look at Castaneda's last 5. Lost to Daniel Marcos. That's an okay loss for me. He's demon. I don't think he's lost in the UFC yet. I could be mistaken. Let's see real quick. I don't think he's lost in the UFC yet. Yeah, hasn't lost in the UFC. Wow. Oh yeah, he obviously hasn't lost yet. He's 17-0. So that's an okay loss for me, guys. And let's see who my guy also lost to Santos. I like how he beat Gafarov. Rinya Nakamura. I like how he beat Gafarov too. Yo, Rinya Nakamura is so dead to me. It's like, don't even say that name to me. Fucking blonde hair, bro. Get that shit out of here. Let's look at De Andrade's last 5 real quick. We did no notes this weekend, boys. We freestyled it. He beat Stamen, lost to Nurmagomedov, lost to Miles Johns. It's a good level of competition too, guys. Goes the distance. This should definitely go the distance. You know, granted, Bashrat last week did us absolutely dirty with that over 2.5. But I guess my pick is John Castaneda points, guys. I think he's just going to do some better striking. De Andrade is more of the power puncher in my eyes. He's not the technical sniper. Not that John Castaneda necessarily is. I think he's got better fight IQ. If he gets taken down, he can get back up. He's almost got 3 inches of reach on De Andrade as well. My pick is John Castaneda points. My fellow addicts. All right, so Ricardo Ramos, Chepe Mariscal. Man, I did bad last week because I basically picked Walker against Menefield because I'm just fading Menefield. And it's kind of that same thing here. I'm just fading Ricardo Ramos. But I do like Chepe Mariscal. I do agree. Someone said in my live stream the odds are a little wide. I do agree on that. I was heavy on a Rosa beating Ricardo Ramos. This guy just beat Josh Kulabau, which is impressive too, even though Josh Kulabau's on a 3-fight losing streak. That's pretty horrendous. Lost to Charles Jourdain by sub in round 1. That's my thing here. I'm basing this off Ramos getting this to the ground. If you're getting subbed up by Charles Jourdain, a Rosa sub is absolutely fine. You're allowed to get subbed by a Rosa. Juicy J's a demon. And a Kulabau split decision ain't horrible. But Chepe is him, bro. Chepe's... What's the age difference here? Wow, Chepe's older. I was going to give you a whole speech on how Chepe's the young prospect. Psych! Chepe's 32. Still in his prime, though. Four UFC fights. Won them all. 1 KO on Jack Jenkins, even though it was an injury. He was losing the first round. I bet on Jack Jenkins. He beat Morgan Charrier. He looks pretty damn good against Damon Jackson, even though he went the distance. That's okay with me, guys. I like Chepe Mariscal in this. Again, the odds are a little wide for me, but super well-rounded fighter. I don't think Ramos is going to have anything for him on the ground. My pick is Chepe Mariscal. Not much to say here. The safer bet is money line. I could see him winning every single round, too. Maybe a minus 3.5 or Chepe to win and over 1.5. You guys can double chance it. Again, I like this fight going the distance. I like a lot of these fights going the distance. Do I see any finishes yet? No. I can see Charles Johnson maybe getting a finish, but for the most part, I picture these prelims all going the distance. What's going on in the next fight, guys? I don't know who's fighting. It says opponent to be announced. So, bet the house on Allen Nascimento. I don't know, guys. Next fight. Danny Barlow, Sam Patterson. This one is a little tough, too. I think the odds are a little wide. Minus 320 for Sam Patterson. I'm sorry, minus 320 for Danny Barlow. That's what I get for not looking at the screen. We definitely have the striker in Barlow, and we got the ground demon in Patterson. I think didn't he just win by KO, or am I bugging? I think I'm thinking of somebody else. My bad. Oh, he got KO'd by Ashmoose. Great. Sub Lioness, subbed Crosby, but that's... Who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But that's the thing here, bro. If Patterson gets us to the ground, I think he gets a sub. I like this fight no distance. I don't know what the odds are on that, but, you can even bet if you can double chance it. Barlow KO, Patterson sub. Man, I like Barlow in this for the striking, but it's just the odds are so wide, bro, because Patterson could definitely get this done. You can maybe even look at Patterson. If they have Patterson to get over 0.5 takedowns at plus money. Last week in my Discord, someone dropped a crazy play. It had Klein versus whoever the hell it was. Malik, I think that's his name. I don't know. Who knows? We had Klein to get 1 takedown at plus 300. So we all just started slamming that. Not straight betting it, obviously, but... You know how we do here. We're parlay princes. I don't call myself the straight bet prince. Man, my pick here is Barlow, but that 9-0 with KOs, don't let that sway you. But again, Patterson is fragile. He is definitely fragile. But they're the same height. I believe Danny Barlow's only fought people shorter than him. I could be absolutely wrong on that. Let's look at the last two real quick. 6-1, so not much of a height difference there. KO'd Quinlan. Yeah, I like Barlow in this. But just be careful of them takedowns from Patterson. If he gets us to the ground, he's dangerous on his back. If he gets Barlow down, Barlow's staying there. Let's put it that way. My pick is Barlow. The safest bet's probably money line or no distance. I could see that as well. Let's look at the next fight, guys. Hyder Amil, William Gomis. Hyder Amil, undefeated. Do we fade the undefeated guy? That's what we should be doing this year. And I got to say right off the bat, guys, I like Hyder Amil plus money here. Plus 180, minus 220 for William Gomis. His last fight, I thought he lost that. against Brito. Where was that? Wasn't that in France or Paris, whatever the hell it was? I think Gomis is overdue for some losses, boys. This guy beat Aarons, beat Francis Marshall. How the hell do you say this name? Gamori. In the Brito one, it is good to survive Brito because Brito was on a crazy finish streak. He was giving me like Gene Silva vibes almost. But Hyder Amil, guys, he's there to bang it out. Heavy hands. And this is in the Apex. This is in his home. This is in his home arena. He's the one that had that crazy KO against Lee. I put a meme up on Instagram because one of the commentators sounded just like Mickey Mouse. He was, if you guys want to watch that fight back, it was like a minute and a half. Only a minute. He hit him with like 50 significant strikes against the cage. Bing, 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 bing. The guy was just like not even falling because he couldn't like even fall. And someone in the commentary booth was like, oh my God, oh my. It was just like Mickey Mouse. Shit was so funny. But yeah, as you can see, this guy's KO'd. Which Garcia is this? Fernie Garcia. Actually, that's not a great KO. The guy's had 4 UFC losses back to back. And Lee isn't him either. But it just shows you this guy's hands are heavy. I think Gomis is going to get clipped, guys. I don't see Hyder Amil gassing either. There is a crazy height and reach difference and age difference. Everything's against Hyder Amil in this fight. Gomis is more well-rounded. If it gets to the ground, it's probably going to stay there. We've got 3 inches of height for Gomis at 6 foot. He is 7 years younger at age 27. And he has got 3 inches of reach. But we all say, is it a reach advantage? Because he has to use the reach for it to be an advantage, boys. My pick is Hyder Amil for these heavy hands, bro. You're going to hate my main card picks. I'm going to tell you right now because I'm going plus money day and night. Day and night. Actually, no, never mind. It's just, no, yeah, I got a few underdogs here. So we're going to Hyder Amil, vicious KO, rounds 1 or 2 or 3. Just put KO. KO is going to be what, like plus 400, plus 300? Yes, I like it. This one, guys, fade my pick. I'm going Austen Lane. Austen Lane against Mario Pinto. Wow. 11 years age difference. My guy Lane is 37. He's fighting a guy who's 26. He's got 1 inch of height, 1 inch of reach. Man, this is either, if you can double chance this shit, bro, you gotta go Pinto KO or Lane points. This guy's 9-0. He's only had 1 Contender Series fight, no UFC fights. He's had 6 finishes out of those 9 wins, 5 of them by KO. He's only had 2 KOs in his last 5. And, we know Lane's chin is absolutely gone. But he just survived to Spain. Technically speaking, if you can survive to Spain, you can survive Pinto. Because Lane has just figured out his path to victory. Get this to the ground and keep it there. I am picking Lane for that reason. I'm sorry for the MMA math. If you survive to Spain, you survive Pinto. But guys, to Spain, before that, he's been finishing, bro, other than Lane, Despain has finished every single person in 30 seconds. Never mind. I take that back. He lost to Cortez Acosta the exact same way by just getting taken down. But other than that, other than those two, this guy finishes, even in karate combat, I think I just mentioned that. He survives, he kills people in 30 seconds, bro. Every single fight. So I think Pinto's not as dangerous as Despain. Pinto does have better ground game than Despain. But let's see if it won't even tell me if he's had any takedowns, actually, because it's only Contender Series fight on ESPN. Takedowns landed 0. He landed 14 significant strikes against his opponent. Guys, I got to go to Spain. I'm sorry here. If it's one of those where, like, I said it before I started my entire prediction on this fight, fade me. But don't kill yourselves that night when Austen Lane wins by decision. That's all I'm going to say. Again, if you can double chance it, Lane decision, Pinto KO. But I would assume Lane has been at the gym strictly training the takedown game because you do not want to stand and bang anymore. The chin is absolutely gone. Who were his last KOs? I know he got KO'd by a Taffa brother, and he got KO'd by someone else viciously, Denise. That's a fact. But even Denise fight, he survived 7 minutes. It's a start. It's a start for Lane. My pick is Lane, guys. Lane points. Fade me. Nasrat Haqparast. Sorry. I sound like a casual. That's a crazy last name. There's a Q and a P back to back. Esteban Ribovics. I just reposted my clip of my Zellhuber and Ribovics reaction, third round, because I had a lot of Zellhuber money line on my parlays. It's a good video, guys. If you want to check it out, my Instagram at Parlay Princes. I'm freaking out. Let's cover this fight, though. All right, we got Nasrat and we got Esteban Ribovics. I like Ribovics, guys. I'll tell you straight up. I just don't know if he gets a finish or not. I guess technically, gun to my head, I like Ribovics points. Right now, he's a minus 265. They're the same height, same age, 3 inches of reach for Nasrat. And just based on stock report, I got to go Ribovics. He was getting pieced up by Zellhuber a little bit, like the first round and a half. But Zellhuber's got that reach. Elite boxing. And, you know, we saw the Ribovics crazy KO against McKinney. The crazy thing about that is it wasn't like McKinney gassed. It was all technique. 37 seconds into the fight, he pulled the Leon Edwards. He said, left, right, everything is a fake just to get kicked in the head. And he left Terrence McKinney laughing. So that was a vicious KO. This guy has gone split decision with Zellhuber, like we just spoke about. He went unanimous decisions against Kirk. No idea who that is. Kamula Kirk. All right, that's new to me. That is news to me. Lost to Radzabov. And that's not the best loss because he just lost to Trey Ogden. Ouch. And got KO'd by Rebecca. Jesus. But that was his first UFC fight. Other than that, he's just been on demon time, including his Contender Series fight. That's part of his last 5 fights. He's 4-1 for Ribovics. That Zellhuber fight, guys, people are saying was the fight of the year. Based on me screaming at the TV, that makes sense. Because I was drunk and high, but whatever. I was freaking out. Zellhuber! And then we got Nasrat, who hasn't looked too bad. His only loss has been to King Green. He's 4-1 in his last 5. He went split decision with Gordon. KO'd Malarkey. Bro, I feel bad for Malarkey. Everyone finishes Malarkey, man. I literally feel bad for Malarkey. When he loses, it's all just by getting slept. Oh, my God. Malarkey, man. He beat Quinones, who I think he's 1-4 in his last 5. That's a lie. 3-2. My pick is Ribovics, guys. Very, very slick boxing. He could be in one of the best boxers category. Very good at mixing it up. When his opponent is hurt too, as we saw in Zellhuber, he goes for the finish, but he's not like stupid with it, you know? He's going body, head, body kick, head, body, you know, he's really mixing it up. And I do think that Nasrat is just more chinny. I picture Esteban being a little more durable. If this fight goes to the ground, I guess Nasrat has that advantage. But based on striking, I gotta go with Esteban Ribovics. 14-1, 17-5 for Nasrat. How long has Nasrat been in the UFC for? Let's check this out real quick. The age difference is wild. I thought it would have been flipped. I thought the agents would have been flipped. Actually, it's not that crazy. Never mind. Age difference is only... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I misread that. For a second, I thought that said that Ribovics was 32. But he's 28. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, this guy has to be in his 20s. I thought Nasrat would have been older. I thought Nasrat would have been like 33 or something like that. But nope. It's a lot of pro MMA fights for a 29-year-old. 22 pro MMA fights. Let's see, guys, real quick. How long has this guy been in the UFC for? A hot minute. 2017. He's had about roughly, without me actually counting, let's say roughly 13 or 14 UFC fights. Lost to Bobby Green, lost to Dan Hooker, lost to Drew Dober. So he loses to power punchers and vicious strikers, who is Ribovics, guys. So I got Ribovics. I just don't know how he gets it done. Technically, I would see points, but I think the safest bet for that is money line. Maybe over 1.5 if you guys have that bet. That's my pick. Ribovics points. Next fight. I can't believe I'm picking Cody Brundage, guys. I never thought in my life I would do this. When I was 5 years old, I was like, there's no way I can. And then here I am. Julian Marquise and Cody Brundage. If Cody Brundage gets another DQ or another void or another no contest, bro, I will be sick. They have to cut this guy if he does this again, bro. He got the DQ win over Malkoun. He KO'd Zachary. Man, I want Zachary Reese to be such a demon, but he's just not, bro. He got head slam KO'd. I think Zachary Reese went for the armbar. Cody Brundage went bink, knocked him straight out, bro. He got subbed by Bo Nickel, but he survived at least almost 9 minutes. And then he had another no contest with Alisson where he got hit in the back of the head, and he just did the same thing he did in that Malkoun fight, bro. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes, bro. So Cody Brundage, this is the issue. Cody Brundage is 100% a quitter. Marquise is as chinny as it gets. My crazy Julian Marquise story is I had $1 for 4,000. This is why I love doing all these where I do $1 to sweep the card. I had $1 for 4,000 to sweep the card. I lost because Marquise got slept by RoboCop. That was my only loss. My only loss was that. And since then, he loves to get chinned. Yeah, this guy's horrible, bro. He subbed Sam Alvey. That was his last win, was Sam Alvey 4 years ago. That's demonic. Since then, he's been KO'd by RoboCop, KO'd by Marc-Andre, and then he got KO'd by Zachary Reese, who we just spoke about. In 20 seconds, I believe it was an uppercut. Bink! I believe that's what it was. So, bro, I want Zachary Reese to do that every fight, and then he just... That last Zachary Reese loss, oh my God, bro. Oh no. I think it was elbows. Zachary. My pick is Brundage, guys. I can bet on Brundage more than I can bet on Marquise. Let's put it that way. There's no other way to put this. Go back. I'm trying to click back on the computer. It won't do it. I can't believe I'm picking Cody Brundage. I'm like saying a prayer right now. Oh my God. Don't bet this fight. If they got no distance at like minus 300, slam that. Because either Cody Brundage is getting KO'd or Julian Marquise is getting subbed. I don't know, man. He could be so chinny he gets KO'd. 2 inches of height for Marquise. Brundage is 4 years younger at 30. They got the same reach. When was the last time Brundage got a sub? Okay, Brundage hasn't gotten a sub in like... It's been a while. Cody Brundage hasn't gotten a sub in 3 years. Wow, he's been in the UFC way longer than I thought. He's had almost 10 UFC... He's had 10 UFC fights in 4 years. Alrighty. I could have swore Brundage had like 5 UFC fights. There it is, boys. My pick is Brundage. As you can tell, I am not confident whatsoever. Again, fade me. If you guys put Julian Marquez and you put Mario Pinto and you say you're an idiot, I will not be mad at you. Main card, guys. Main event. Sorry, main event. I always get that mixed up. Main card, main event. Should I record this? I just fumbled so badly. We'll keep it going. We got Manel Kape, Asu Almabayev. Before I start, if you haven't liked the video, I need that like ASAP. If you can get in your mom's account and double like it, bet. My pick is Manel Kape. He's just way more demon. Almabayev is the decision machine. If you go the distance with Jose Johnson, you can't sub him. You're not going to sell Manel. You're not going to sub Manel Kape. And it's literally that simple. Went the distance with Vergara. Went the distance with Nicolau. He's had 4 UFC fights only. He's gotten 1 finish against Osborne. He's 4-0 in the UFC, but that means nothing to me. Because your competition just hasn't been them, bro. We just saw Jose Johnson get subbed in like 2 minutes. And you can't do that, Almabayev. And I guess technically Almabayev is stepping in on short notice. He definitely is, but I forget if he had a fight before that or not. So he's probably been training, but when you're just betting on a guy who's jiu-jitsu, I can't do it. I think Manel Kape can survive the ground. He's going to stuff takedowns when it gets against the cage, and my guy Almabayev tries to get a takedown. I think Kape's size and just mass will keep him planted there. Nasty KO. Kape's last performance against Silva was demon. I was so happy for Kape in that fight because the Makayev one was not it, bro. They did that whole thing where they fought more leading up to the fight than they did in the fight, which cost him the loss because he just didn't have enough volume. And against Silva, he was demonic with the volume. And Silva's known for getting some subs, too. Silva was on a finish streak, I believe. Let me look at this real quick. Yeah, Silva's had 14 wins, 6 KOs, 4 subs. He was on a 4 or 5 fight winning streak. Finish streak, I should say. And the way Kape did him was dirty. So, you know, it's hard to do MMA math because the styles are so different between Silva and Almabayev. But I got to go Kape, guys. I got to go Kape. Let's see how long he's been in the UFC for. In his last 5, he's 4-1. He's only been in the UFC for 8 fights past 4 years. He's fought demons. He did lose to Mateus Nicolau, but that was when Mateus was more of a demon. Again, 4 years ago, sorry. He's also fought Pantoja, his first UFC fight, went the distance. He's KO'd Osborne. He's KO'd. I'm not even going to try and say that name. Felipe Dos Santos. Good win there, too. Felipe's pretty demon. So I got to go Kape, guys. Just way more well-rounded. I cannot bet on a jiu-jitsu guy who doesn't get finishes. I just can't do it. And the height is there for Kape, too, about 1 inch. So bet the house. Let's look at real quick the reach. 3 inches of reach for Kape. They're the same age at 31. And significant strikes landed per minute. 5 for Kape, 2 for Asu. So he's not going to want to strike with Kape. And I think Kape has been training. Kape knows he can strike with this guy. It's time to train the takedown defense for my guy Kape. So those are my picks right there, guys. And lastly, as we know, we got to do the dollar to sweep the card. $750, as you can see on the screen. For whatever reason, we sweep the card, which we've done before. This is it right here. So comment down below, guys. Definitely drop a comment. Say anything for the algorithm. But definitely give me a lock. I'll give you a lock. You give me a lock. Let's see. Let's see if I can find my underdog lock of the week here. My underdog lock of the week. I'll drop one. You drop one. I'll show you mine. You show me yours. Austen Lane. I'm kidding. Let's see. Man, I gotta go Charles Johnson, bro. That's gonna hurt. If that's the first fight of the night, which I doubt it. If the first fight of the night, underdog lock of the week loses, is there anyone else I could see being an underdog lock of the week? Man, in true fashion, my second one's going to actually hit. My second one would be Hyder Amil. Bam, I just showed you two. Guys. I appreciate y'all for being here. Comment down below, like and subscribe, all that good shit. I'll be back. Peace.